Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is channel about cross stitch. And today is my Flosstube update number 283. Today's the 27th of May, so we're in the Memorial Day weekend. I guess Monday is Memorial Day. It also happens to be my brother's birthday, which means I'm a slacker because I haven't sent him anything for his birthday. Sorry, Tim. Tim doesn't watch this channel. um, he's in Albuquerque. So, anyway, happy birthday, Tim. Happy Memorial Day for those of you who celebrate, those of you in the U.S. My dad was in the Army, several of my uncles, my cousins and stuff like that were in various armed services, whatever. So, yeah, so Memorial Day. You know, when I lived in Little Rock, the symphony always had a Memorial Day weekend. Well, I should say Riverfest took place on the Memorial Day weekend, and that for a time, I don't know if it seems like, I don't know, the symphony always played there during Riverfest. You know, they'd have all kinds of activities that weekend, and then on Memorial Day weekend they would end it with a concert. Anyway, that was, back in the day. Anyway, so I wanted to do a real quick update on the Etsy shop before I forget. We still have the tail end of our May sale going on, the 25% off of a purchase of $25 or more. And I wanted to show this little needle scissor fob. Since my sister bought some, she's on a lemon kick this summer. She bought some lemon charms, and so she made this little needle minder with these lemon beads and little butterflies. It's very summery. So that's on the Etsy shop if you're interested in that. A few things to talk about. I did a little bit more on the nativity berry I was talking about. Let me get these over here. Just to finish it off, I finished off this the stable, the little swirlies inside the stable. So I didn't do any more on it, but yeah. So that was the goal met for that. That was one of my WIPGO pools. And then also, the other one was the kind of gentle thing with the bunny and the deer and all that. And so that's no, I didn't do any more on that from what I showed last week. But along with my those two whips, the kind of gentle and nativity berry, I had 2 new starts, which was part of the Mania new start that I'll talk about that later, and then 2 FFOs. So one of them was this ice skating penguin, and this was from Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. It's kind of beat up. It's torn down here because the pattern's on the other side. So this little freebie thing came in with the magazine, and it's a card kit. So it has an envelope and this little card frame. And so, so that's just how it goes. And so it was a real easy FFO because I glued the penguin to a piece of, like, it's not exactly cardstock, I guess. I had some little scraps of paper things. But it's a little bit heavier paper. And then I glued the whole deal to the little thing of this card. So you can, so it's inside there. And I'm just gonna, stand it up to display it this way. you know, but it came out. It was really easy, easy to finish, and it came out really nice. So yeah, and this is ice skating. No, festive penguin card kit by Helz. Cuppleditch is the designer. So it came with like all the little piece of Ada and all the threads and stuff. So I think it came with, yeah, it came with threads. So that's done. That's one FFO done. And then the other FFO that came up on my WIPGO board was these Blackwork Angels by the Prairie Schooler. I absolutely, absolutely love. And the first time I saw these was on Ginger Gerald. He has a Flosstube, and he did a couple of these Blackwork Angels. And I just thought I just love them so much. And actually, Prairie Schooler has a pattern called Starry Night that I bought some time ago that has a Christmas. I think there's several. I can't remember how many, maybe 6 patterns depicting the Christmas story. There's the wise men and Joseph and Mary and like that. And I want to do those too. And they're also kind of not exactly in this style, but kind of similar. I really like that. Anyway, I saw a couple those 2 that Ginger Gerald had stitched, and I absolutely fell in love with them. Bought this thing, and also there was a little card kit. These little 10 little cards that Prairie Schooler did. These little individual. They're about the size of a business card, and they have a little pattern on them. And I went on a quest because to find that, because they had one of the set of cards has another one of these angels, this same style. But anyway, so I had finished the angels actually a couple of summers ago. It was the first time we did cross stitch camp. And because one of the challenges was stitch something that you were inspired to do by someone else, and the Blackwork Angels, was inspired to do it by Ginger Gerald, and I had done I think most of them. There's 8 total, and I think I had done maybe 6. So for cross stitch camp, I ended up finishing all 8 of them, and I cut them apart, and I had originally thought I would finish them for that Christmas, and didn't happen. But I bought some backing material at Mole Queen, which is a quilt shop here in town, and I still didn't get around to doing it. But anyway, so I finally started, but I didn't. I kind of got stalled out. I almost finished them, but then I changed my mind about how I was going to do them a little bit. So this is the little one that was on the card kit, and this is one of the ones that I finished. So this is kind of a sloppy corner, but anyway, I stuck these to some. It's actually poster board that has the what's called a ghost grid on it. You know, it's a faint grid that helps you. You know, if you're going to cut out a thing or use the poster board, it helps you. You know, make straight lines and straight corners. And I was looking for some kind of heavier cardstock or something. I didn't want to use. I have some foam core, but I didn't want to use the foam core because there's a lot of them, and I didn't want to do that. And it's kind of thick. Anyway, so but I found this packet of poster board, ghost grid poster board, and it's about it's big, bigger than 8x10. It's like about, I don't know. But anyway, so I used that, and I covered one piece for the backing fabric, and one piece for the angel, and still has to be finished. I made cording, this black and gold cording, and I was going to, like, make a loop and then use the rest of the cording as trim, to go around it and just make it all in one line. But I changed my mind, and because I kind of didn't quite like. I like the way I like the way it'll look as trim, and if I'd really thought it through a little bit more, I would have made the other piece a little bit bigger, just so that there would be a little ledge, to put the cording on. And I didn't do that, but it'll be okay on the, just like sitting basically on the edge here. But anyway, so I made this black and gold cording, but I think what I'm going to do for the hanger parts is use black ribbon, just a little loop of black ribbon. Oh, I don't drop them. And then I'll use the cording for trim. I made several pieces of cording for those, for all my angels. But so the other day I sat and glued all these little pieces together. I just love them so much. So I worked on that. That was my almost finished FFO. So I was hoping, I was, had been talking to my sister, and I was hoping to go to Hobby Lobby today, but Eve's been taking care of that older gentleman that she took care of a while back, and excuse me, I can't open this. But so she's doing that again. Has been doing it this week, and the family that she was working for is not going to be back until later tonight, so the trip to Hobby Lobby will have to wait until probably Tuesday because of the holiday and everything else. And so that's when I will. I thought I had a spool of black ribbon, and I don't think I do. I couldn't. If I have one, I don't know where it is because I can't find it. But anyway, so I'm almost finished with the FFO of my Blackwork Angels. I hope to finish it, by Tuesday, because Wednesday is the 31st. It's the end of the month. So yeah, it's just my WIPGO goal for May. But anyway. Speaking of WIPGO, the new numbers came out, and for June, their numbers are 4 and 16. So, I still have Mania to get to. I'll get to that in a minute, but as long as I'm thinking about WIPGO. So, number 4, so by happy accident, the two numbers 4 and 16 are both a part of my tall ships group that I have. I have like 4 of these tall ships, tall sailing ships. And 2 of them are Old Clipper Ship, which is number 4, and number 11, which, no, I'm looking at the wrong one, wrong row. Number 16, I said, Running with the Wind. So, I have like a weird lick of hair sticking out. Was it that old commercial, like in the 70s or something, where it was for some, I don't know, whether it's shampoo or conditioner or something, and this girl says, "I just washed my hair and I can't do a thing with it." And so this weird little hair sticking out at the side of my head. This reminds me of, I just washed my hair and I can't do a thing with it. So anyway, this is Old Clipper Ship. So I did like a lot of the mast, yardarm endings and masts and stuff, and the outline of a lot of the sails, and I just had to fill them all in, you know. And then I did like this is the spit on the end of it, and you know, and so forth. So you can, but it kind of looks like a ship. You can kind of see the shape of the sails, stuff. I haven't gotten around to doing the ship itself, you know, but. So that's old Clipper ship. This is number 4, and then number 16 is, and that's on 28 count Lugana, as is this. And I dyed all of the fabric for the 4 ships this same fabric, so that ties them all together. And do I have this right side up? I think so. Yeah. I think. Is it right side up? I have to look at it carefully. Yeah. My key is this, which is part of, I think it's part of the mast or something. One of the masts. But this one, you can't, it's a little harder to sort of see the shape there. But I did a lot of the sails, and you know, it's all of these sailing ships, you know, there's a lot of sail, there's a lot of white. So yeah, I wanna work on, maybe down here, work on the ship a little more on this particular one. But anyway, so that is Running with the Wind, that's what it's called. And I do have, hold on, I do have these are old charts. The old Clipper ship is one that belonged to my sister Naomi, and she started it, and she actually got, you know, a ways into it, but then decided she was never going to finish it. So she gave me the chart, and then and the other one was one that I came across. I've always liked sailing ships and stuff like that, and so like I said, I have a collection of 4 of them, 4 different designs that fall in that category. So this is old Clipper ship. It's right here from Seascapes 5 by Tidewater Originals, and the designer on this was I've got the guy's name here. I think it's a guy. No, it's a girl. Virginia Creekman, Tidewater Originals. That's all these little. There's a mermaid and some whales and some other things, sea things, shells and birds and all that. But I'm doing old Clipper ship, this one here. So I've done, like, you know, one of these little spits here, but I, you know, so I've done all of this, the ends of the yard arms and this little pendant here and a lot. So that's a little bit easier to see. Running of the Wind, I've done this one here. Yeah, see, that's that big, but has a lot more of the sort of ocean stuff down here. This is from Tall Ships and Seascapes by Pucker Brush Incorporated. And yeah, the booklet was $5.50 when I bought it at Michael's 1,000 years ago. This one is the guy. John Ohler is the designer. So there's a bunch of other. There's the Constitution, and there's some semaphore flags, and this little boat with the seagull on the post here on the wharf, and this is like a seascape sort of picture. Yeah. So, but this is Running with the Wind. Is this one? And I think there are actually some little guys. Yeah. There's some little men right there standing in there. But yeah, so there's a long way to go on that one, but that's for June. And I think my goal is just 6 days on each one of those, which, it's not a lot, but and then the FFOs for those two numbers are for number 4, this Priscilla's Pocket little snowman, and again, this came as a kit, and I don't have the card, the original card here with me, the finished model, this picture. And it came as a kit, and actually, in this bag that has the cording that I made is this is I think is the trim that goes with this kit. By Lady Dot Creates, the little pom-pom trim. And so I have two that I finished that have like I have like a navy blue, it's pretty thin, material that I got, I don't know, Walmart or someplace, that, I'm going to do these all to match. And so this is the Snowman. It's really cute. And then my number 16 FFO are these rabbits. So this is the January, February, and March. So this is January, and I did this in August of not last year, but the year before. 2021 was the first year that we did cross-stitch camp, and this was in the challenge stitch something new to you, that like that Blackwork Angels was the inspired by someone else, and this was something new to you. So this was new. These are silk threads. The first time I ever used silk threads, and this is actually the first time I used this Murano Carré. This is Hobby Lobby used to carry these several colors of Murano Carré, and now I think the only color they have now is Ice, which is the white color. But this is Spa Murano 32 count Murano Carré. But these little rabbits, and these are by Ink Circles, and I meant to look for the pictures, and I don't have them handy. But this is January, and this is February, and this is Merino Carré Pink Splash. You can see the little pink dots on there. But this is the February one. And again, these are by Ink Circles. And this is Murano Carré Fleur. And this is March. And there's little bunnies. Flowers. So the FFO for these is my number 16. And I don't have it with me. I don't have it. I showed them a little while ago, several weeks ago. These kind of like chalkboard. It's originally supposed to be a banner. There's like 2 holes in it, and the packet comes with these circles and then some twine, so you can string them together and make a banner. And so my thought was that I will finish each of them on this circle, because I think it's big enough. And if not, I'll punt and do something else. Except I don't know where I put I put the circles somewhere, thinking, oh, it'll be safe there. I don't know what I do with them. But like I said, so I want to finish them on these circles, and then I want to get a easel, a little display easel thing, and so that I could have one, put each one there for the month, January and February and March. That's the way I'm thinking anyway. But I have the rest of the rest of the months after March, but they're not finished. One of them I think I got close to a finish, but I didn't finish it. I think I had new starts one each month, but I think that was when I was doing WIPGO last year. I don't know what it was, but so it kind of derailed my process. I didn't finish them. So anyway, that is what's coming up for June WIPGO. Those two ship things and those FFOs, and then finishing May. My mania thing was to do 2 days on each of 11 projects, so that's 22 projects, and then do a 23rd project to make 23 for the year 2023. So I'm forgetting one of them because I have 11 and I can't remember. I didn't make a list here that I could bring in here. Because I thought, well, I'll jot them down and see so I can remember, because I have 3 that I haven't gotten back to yet to make my 22. But so I know that Dolce Dormire was my number 11, and then I went back and was doing a second day on each one. And so last Saturday I think I showed the April Dolce Dormire and the Lapin one, the Bunny in My Garden. And then maybe this. So I had done one day on all the others. So I'm missing one. I can't think of what it would have been. But anyway, so so last week I did the second day on April Dolce Dormire and Bunny in My Garden, Rabbit in My Garden, and like I said, there's one that I'm missing. I can't think of which. I don't have it right here with me, so I don't remember what it is. But I today I have done some this morning, but I want to do a little bit more. This is Mouse's Beach Outing by Tiny Modernist. And so last time I had just done a little bit of start. I did the yellow in this little beach hut. And so today I'm working on the blue in the beach hut, and this blue is also in the mouse's dress. And as I was doing it, I thought, that fabric is a little gloomy for the beach. Doesn't look very sunny, but it's yeah. But there's lots of color. There's lots of white, and I think the white will look good on this fabric if I ever, get around to finishing it. But I want to do, some more of that blue and get the mouse's dress in there. But so this is one of my manias. And then on a similar note, this is another Tiny Modernist, Mouse's Lucky Day. A lot of like St. Patrick's Day, luck symbols on there. And so I did a little bit more on this. I did this big 4-leaf clover and the little clover, then the mouse, and the mouse's little hat, part of a little hat, and a little bit more of the dress. There's like a white apron that goes right here, and then there's another shade of green in these little squares. There's a horseshoe, good look, and there's some other plants in this, and the planter is like leprechaun's hat. Here. There's a pot of gold, and then these little star things. So I did this little shamrock that that the mouse was holding, and a little, like I said, the green of the little hat, because I was finishing this darker green color yesterday. So that's Mouse's lucky day. So that's 2. And then I had this Stoneware bunny by Priscilla's Pocket. This is like that Snowman, the same little kit. So this is almost done. Really, there's just the bunny's tail and the lower leg here, and yeah, it'll be done. So I've done my second day on that one. And then Snowman 2023 by Primrose Cottage Stitches. So cute. I know I have that red thread. I just, it's in some project somewhere, so I don't know where. I haven't been able to put my hands on it. And then, and the green thread, I think also, it's somewhere, But, so last time I think I just had his hat and the stick of his broomstick there. So I did a little bit more. I finished his nose. Pardon the wrinkles there. I didn't, it's, he goes folded up in there. But I did one of the shades of green in the tree. You can see the bottom of the tree stump there. So there's another color of green to make the top of the thing. And then there's the red is missing, his scarf and on his hat. And there's a couple of cardinals. But I got his little arms his little twig arms, and his buttons, and his eyes, and his carrot nose. And I did one of the colors of yellow or whatever for his broomstick. So yeah, there's a lot of white, in the Snowman, and then again that other shade of green. Yeah, but so yeah, this is the second day on that one. So there's that. And then one of my other ones was Rabbit. Oh, Seahorse Soiree. That was the other one. Yeah, that I showed last week. That's, yeah. Okay. So anyway, Jackrabbit was one of my new Mania starts. And I did a little bit more on the second day. I did a second flower. I didn't do the stems on there, but, it was a start, not a finish, I was aiming for a new start. So that is my May. I have a few more days of May. I was hoping I would finish everything by the 23rd, but there are a couple of days where I think there was a day or two where I didn't stitch, or I just stitched my Mania, my WIPGO things, and didn't stitch. I did a day or two where I didn't stitch up Mania stuff. So that's why today's the 27th, and I still haven't done my 23 things. So I did do a second, write that Seahorse down. Just make note of that. So I have to choose another, a 23rd project, to make my 23 for 23. And I have one in mind, I think, if I have the fabric for it, and I think I might, but, So, so then for June, okay, I have cross stitch camp. So, and I've talked about this before, but I'm down to the wire now. I have to decide on fabrics, and so I didn't I haven't dyed fabric. Again, I have not dyed fabric. But I've got some scraps that, that are, this is the one I cut the piece last week, the Not Everything Counts piece. So I have a lot of it left over. Not a lot, but for these little projects that I have. And I have this one that, again, and this is Carolina linen, a DMC go. And this is linen. This is like 32 count, coffee tea dyed, whatever. And but so I'm trying to decide, and I don't know that this is big enough or appropriate. This is what I did kitty on, 30 count linen by the Primitive Hair, and I don't know if it's big enough for any of these projects, or if it's appropriate because it's kind of dark. We'll see. But and then I have some of this 25 count Lugana from Hobby Lobby, and this is their Artiste brand. So I have pearl and steel blue. Oops, you can't do it. Yeah, pearl and steel blue, and I think that's what both of these are. This is, yeah, steel blue and pearl, and then I have one little piece, piece of Murano Carré in ice. And this is, like I said, I think it's the only color they have now of this Murano Carré. But they don't seem to carry the other colors, which is a real shame. There's a couple of others. There's I think mustard and rust, and a couple of like plaid. One is gray and one is taupe. That were these Murano Carré colors. And so I have the rest of the rabbits on some of that fabric, but I have this thing of ice, and I might use that. And then I have two pieces of 28 count Lugana in this light green and this light purplish purple. So amongst those, I have to choose for this spring. It says spring across the top, but it's Itty Bitty Kitty and the Baby Robin. Yeah. And it's only like 35 by 35, I think. Yeah. There is some 1/1 for this robin, and it has some little beads in there, and I may or may not have these beads, and I may or may not use them. I might do like colonial knots or something instead of the beads. I don't know why. And it has a few things. It has some satin stitches, and it's all in DMC, but there's some back stitching and this and that. So I don't know. That's my June project. Something with a bird in it. And then for July, stitch something that grows. I'm going to do these whales. And I was looking at this, and these are this piece is full coverage, from the border across it. Because I was like, what color did they use? Did they use a blue color? Whatever. But it says the models are stitched on 36 count Patriots Brew. And so I think it's just that, this buff color or whatever. And because I was looking at the pattern, and all of this blue, it's actually called Dove. So I have to look and see if I've got that. These are all Weeks Dye Works colors. But so this is all stitched, basically, full coverage, like this one here with the squirrels. um, is not full coverage, I don't think, but this one is, and this is the one I want to do. So, so the fabric doesn't really matter, except that you can, you can see it around here. So, I've, decision paralysis. And then the third one, the one I for August, Stitch Something New to You. This is it. I've Bendy Stitchy I've followed for a long time, but I've never done any of her designs. I have a couple of them, excuse me, but I've never stitched any of them. But I like this little moose, and this is again 49 by 52. It's very small, and but yeah, I like the color of the fabric. I might go a little bit darker for something because to make these snowflakes stand out a little more. But it's really cute. And these are all DMC threads. There's one étoile in there. I don't know which one, 840. I don't know which one it is, actually. But so I'm again trying to decide what fabric I want to use. I have to decide soon because June is right around the corner. Yeah, the little red volleys, I think it's the red ones, or maybe it's the blue ones. Oh, it's the blue ones. These little blue volleys. This one here and this one here, little Christmas balls, are done in étoile. And I'm pretty sure I have that. I have that color of étoile. And the rest are just DMC colors. So this one is August, for August. Yeah. So, like I said, I have to do get out my cross stitch calculator and make sure I have the fabric, and I just have to decide. I think, I like the Miranda Carré, but part of me wants to hoard it for something that I could use it on, and then use one of these other fabrics. But I like the ice color. That it's it's not quite white. It's just a soft white kind of color. I don't know. Too many choices, I think, but so I'm gonna decide on those for the month of June for cross stitch camp. So anyway, I think that is probably. I have some fabric that is again this 46 count embroidery linen from Hobby Lobby. It's Oat Bristol is what I think all the colors, the ones that I have. Yeah, I think it might be the only color but it's embroidery linen is what it's labeled, but it's 46 count, and it's 100% linen. But 46 count is pretty small for those. I wouldn't do the Baby Robin on it because of the 1/1, and I wouldn't do that. But I don't know, and it's like a little bit small, even over 2, to work with. So I don't think I'll do any of those 3 on that tiny fabric, but one of those choices that I have there. Yeah. So I think that's all I have for this week. Again, I'm gonna go. I intend to go buy that black ribbon, for my Blackwork Angels, and hopefully get those finished in the next few days because the end of the month is coming. And that one last new start for 2023, I'll choose. And then I have to choose, well, for the month of June, two of my new starts. One of them will be the one of the work things I do for cross stitch camp for June, and then I just pick another of my many charts to start for my second new start for June for WIPGO. Anyway, so I've been sort of going a few different ways. So yeah, so my May WIPGO is all but done. I just have to get the black ribbon to do the, and I can't put the cording on yet because I want to, sandwich that ribbon in the loop, between the two pieces before I put the cording on. So I'm a little bit stalled until I get the ribbon for those. But so I've done my whip stitching for May and my new starts because of Mania, and and one of my FFOs, and I just have to finish the Blackwork Angels. And for June, then I've got my whips ready to go. And I had to make sure I've got all the threads for them because I may or may not have pulled threads out of there for use somewhere else. But so I have the two ships, which kind of works out very well, and my FFOs set up and ready to go, and I just gotta find those black circles for the rabbits. And one of the new starts will be my June cross stitch camp project, and the others, and then I have to choose one more new start. So anyway, I'm just recapping what I already said. I don't know. So I better just quit while I'm ahead now. That's that weird hair. So I will see you all next week. And next week will be a few days into June, and we'll see how things are progressing then. Until then, there was something. I don't know. But until then, thanks for watching. And I will see you next week. All right. Bye.